What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. Let me ask you a question. Should we do no lights like you see it right now, or should we do lights? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's just a silly question, but I just want to know what looks better. Listen, DD Crow is one of those cards that everybody wants to play in theory, but Bistials are just better DD Crow. And I feel like DD Crow is still going to be overlooked as Yu-Gi-Oh players go and play Bistials. Meaning people are probably not going to want to hold this card. Meaning the price isn't going to be as crazy as I think it would be if it was to see any kind of relevant play. Now, as in format, DD Crow does see play, but in TCG in regular format, it does not. So the value is, in my opinion, is a lot less. With that said, which version would you grab? Would you grab the Starlight Rare or the Ultimate Rare? Now, I personally like the Ultimate Rares. Starlight Rares aren't bad, and they're worth a lot of money. Once again, you can see them going down a little bit right there. It's about $250 for a place at 3. After that, it's about $275. But the Ultimate Rare, Striker Neos is pretty old. A first-gen version of this card, lightly played, even near mid if you want. You're looking at, let's get a verifiable seller, about $300. So Starlight Rare supposedly is worth more, but the Ultimate Rare is worth more. And in my opinion, I like the Ultimate Rare more. Once again, I think DD Crow will see play eventually in this game, so don't count this card out completely. But right now, there's no reason to even consider playing this card because we have Bistials. With that said, I got a question for you, and actually it's an important question. Do we grab the Effect Veil Starlight Rare? Effect Veil Starlight Rare coming out of Eternity Code. This card's roughly around $260. So, do we grab this one or the Ultimate Rare? Now, I'll tell you my unbiased opinion, which is heavily biased. I went to a regionals in South Carolina, and one of the viewers of this channel gave me a Effect Veiler, so an Ultimate Rare, so I'm going to get 2 more of these. But, yeah, I do like Starlight Rare, but Ultimate Effect Veiler is kind of nice. Ultimate Effect Veiler right now is roughly around $207. So I'm leaning towards this. I'll probably get my place in the Ulti Effect Veilers, but let me know which one you like, guys. Once again, it's very expensive a cardboard here, but it is something that has been a staple for a while in this game. So for anyone out there that's looking to play Fire and you're having a problem with anyone playing Shifter, a lot of those bitch-ass players at your locals playing Shifter, thinking they're so good at Yu-Gi-Oh, just make this card. Snake Eye Ash, get Poplar, search for Poplar, make Fucho, look at your Shifter play and go, fuck you, I'm playing next turn. I'm out of here, I'll see you next turn. Fucho is such a phenomenal card, and I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players kind of overlook this. In the OCG, they're starting to play this card because of so many decks that do play Shifter. And in fact, Tenpai Dragon, which we'll talk about later on in this video, it runs Shifter, and here in TCG, it's more than likely going to be doing the same. So get comfortable with going Snake Eye Ash, Poplar, and then going right into Fucho and going, fuck it, I'll play next turn. I'm not playing this turn with this goofy ass Shifter. I'm just not happening. Now, if you are playing, if you're playing Voice's Voice, you're feeling pretty good right now. I recently played the remote regionals. I got 26 out of top 24. Comment down below, let me know if you want me to show my deck profile. I played Branded Voiceless. I love this deck. Don't get me wrong, I love Fire a lot. I think Fire is amazing. I love both versions, the Pure Snake Eyes as well as the Snake Eye Fire King. But Voices feels like cheat codes. It feels like straight up cheat codes. It's yeah, that is the best deck. Yeah, that just costs a lot of money, but I'm just going to put a wall up and you ain't going to do nothing anyway. A lot of cool plays you're doing over there. Still got a wall here, though, and if you can't break this, I kill you next turn. Oh, no, look at that big, crazy fire deck. So, I like both these decks. I think it's really fun. The Voiceless Voice feels like a chess, where you're constantly trying to checkmate your opponent. And same with Fire, by the way, in that instance. The matchup is literally a matchup of chess. We're both trying to go at each other and trying to checkmate each other. It's not easy. With that said, Voiceless Voice is still kind of expensive. You need 3 low. Guaranteed you need 3 of this card. It has went down. It was roughly around $95. Right now, excuse me. Right now, filming this video, the card price is roughly around $66, about $67. And you need 3 of this. It's not like a 2 of. You definitely need 3 low, 1,000,000%. Another reason why I haven't made videos, by the way, is because I was sick with I had a throat infection. Then I got over throat infection. I was good for 2 days. Then I got COVID within a span of 2 weeks. So I was down and out for about roughly 2 weeks. But But yeah, no, we're here. And tomorrow I'm flying to Texas for a week because I'm looking for a place to move. So there's that. But I will say though, I'm really excited about, once again, the current meta game, the current state of the meta game. I do like it. Whether you're playing Fire, which is the deck to beat, best deck in format, or you're playing everything else, and included in that is, once again, Voice's Voice. Once again, like I said, low is the most expensive card in Voice's Voice, but after that, it gets insanely cheap. Cards like Saphira is only $7, and you do need 2 Skull Guardian, that's 80 cents. The rest of the cards dirt cheap. You can also decide to run the branded version. If you're running the branded version, you're going to want to grab Branded Fusion. Now, Branded Fusion Super Rare is dirt cheap as well, so you're good with that. But if you want the higher revenue Branded Fusion, that starts really hitting a silly numbers in a very fast pace. You see, you got one over here at 50, then 53, then 55, 58, and then they're just 60s. So realistically speaking, you got one playset before you're looking at Branded Fusion being a $60 card. That, like, and let's be honest with you, Branded is still a phenomenal deck in this format, but it's mostly more or less going to be players playing Voice's Voice. Now, I main Branded Fusion, obviously, and I also main a Jalgan the Spiritualist, or Zhao Gen if people want to be a prick about it. This card is insane. If you go first turn, and you do all your Voice's Voice plays, your one Branded Fusion puts this on board. What does this do, you might ask? Randomly discard 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, destroy all special summon monsters in the field. In addition, as long as the card remains face up in the field, no monsters can be special summoned. Now this, while you're playing Voice's Voice, while you got a 4K body that has pure protection. So basically, full Voice's Voice combo plus Jalgan. Or whatever the fuck it. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like, how are you gonna out this? Oh, you want to attack this guy? Cool. You gotta do my 4100 first. And then this guy's all yours. Have fun with that. Like, that's what this card does. Absolutely broken. And once again, easily done by Branded Fusion. Send Fallen Albaz, send Jalgan, make Albion, the big Albion guy, who's 3K by the way as well, because why would he not be? And now you got 3K body that you brought out with Branded Fusion. You got 41, and then you got Jalgan, and you're just sitting pretty. Oh, by the way, and if you bring Fallen Albaz to your opponent's side of the field, that bitch has 0 defense. So Jalgan, get out that mother. Like, it's crazy. I've been doing that all weekend. Once again, like I said, if you want to see my branded profile, I'll post that on here on YouTube. If you guys want to check that out later on in the week. Close to getting our regional invite. I already have my regional invite, but still really close in general. All right. Now, once in the OCG, Pot of Prosperity is hit. So they are running Pot of Extravagance. I'm going to tell you straight up, the best Pot of Extravagance is either going to be the CR or the QCR. I like the QCR more, and it's one of the rare times I do, but I do like the QCR more. The CR Extravagance, it just doesn't look right to me. I don't know, something about it doesn't look good enough, I guess. Comment down below, let me know if you see the difference as well. All right, we talked about Jet Synchron when it first came out of Maze of Millennia. Everybody was focusing on Transaction Roblox, whatever it's called, as well as some other goofy cards, you know, like Bonfire, whatever. And Jet Synchron's price was like $50. I mean, you can see it over here. It's about $57 over here. The current value of this card is about $74. Why? Because it's probably the best. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think, and I always say this, CRs are just a QCR waiting room. Meaning that all Konami has to do is say QCR Jet Synchron. This card hits $25 that fast. The QCR rises to about $30. And after everything's settled and done, the QCR will always be higher than the CR. I always say that because it's very important for everyone to understand that. But with that said, right now, Jet Synchron CR is insanely expensive, and it's not slowing down. I mean, you can see over here continuing to increase in value as Yu-Gi-Oh players want to play Pure Snake Eyes. And I think those Yu-Gi-Oh players explain it really well, by the way, if anyone wants to know. Pure Snake Eyes is really good if everyone's running Fire King Snake Eyes. Fire King Snake Eyes is really good if everyone's just not running Pure. Like, if there's a mixture of Pure, you don't care because you're playing Fire. So, myself personally, I like Fire King Snake Eyes more because I understand the meta is not just filled with everyone running Fire, period. People are going to be running other decks, and since they are going to be running other kinds of decks, I think that Pure Snake Eyes is cool, but not good enough. Also, Pure Snake Eyes heavily relies on a field spell. If you get rid of that, it's a whole different story. All right. Let's talk about Ghost Ogre, because we talked about this last week, I believe, or a week or two ago. And listen, cheap Ghost Ogre is 33 cents, but if you want the highest rarity, even if they release a QCR, Ultimate Rare will still be higher. Look at Ultimate Rare Infinite Permanence, Ultimate Rare, well, Effect Veiler, Ultimate Rare anything else, it's always going to be high, especially the older the better, but also higher than the QCR counterpart. With that said, Ghost Ogre and Soul Rabbit has been going down in value for some ungodly reason. It was $125 a copy in the past 3 months. The current value is at $75. Now, I'm telling you right now, this will surpass $100 again easily. Look at all OCG they're playing it. Here in the TCG, people are starting to play with it. I do think Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is going to still see play. So keep an eye out for this card. I definitely think it's a great card. Definitely good against a lot of matchups as well. Right now, as the meta progresses, it's only going to get better. Do you need 3? 2 minimum. At least 2. So, people pretty much slept on Raid Raptors, and I'll be honest with you, do you know what any of this shit does? I don't. I own Raid Raptors. I have zero idea what it does. I'm missing like 2 cards. Hopefully they come today in the mail. I can start practicing with them. Because this is one of those decks, if you don't know what it does, you lose to it. You are the buy. I don't care what deck you're playing. Oh, you're running pure Snake Eyes Max Rarity? Cool. I'm going to play a Tribute Lanius. Allegedly, that's full combo, I've been told. Do you know what this shit does? Alright, cool. Sit back and become the buy. Like, you need to understand that Raid Raptors are really good at just doing one thing, which is creating towers. Now, they have to do a lot of goofy stuff to get there, but they can get there through a lot of your cards. So, learn this, and if not, build it. I'm building it. It's relatively inexpensive, to be honest with you. You don't need to get a QCR, Rising Rebellion, whatever his name is. The card comes, it's $1, dude. Even Tribute Lane got reprinted as a common in the new OTS, and that thing's dirt cheap. Raid Raptors are a relatively inexpensive deck, but they're really good. Super Rare Force Tricks, by the way, $2. Once again, you don't need the Secret Rare, that's like $20-something. I just think you really want to know what this deck does, because I think a lot of players will catch you looking by playing this deck. Alright, so Tempai Dragon is going to be playing Shifter, which is weird because every single variation of Dragon sold in the past hated Shifter. You shifted them, they pass turn. Tempai Dragon plays Shifter. Really scary. Him and the TCG Shifters at 3, and hopefully with the bans coming up soon, we'll get Shifter banned. Probably not, though. Let's be real with ourselves. With that said, it also runs this card, Santa Claus. Now, this card is, well, kind of cheap right now, $2-3. The German version looks kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. Let's try to do it. Welta. God, just anger. The current value of the card is roughly around $16, by the way, for the German Secret Rare. Nah, I'm good. I'll just get like a $2, Speed Duel common, $3. Ultra Rare Speed Duel version is $3. Like, I don't care about that. It's cool, but not that cool. But it's ran in Tempai Dragon. Another card's run in Tempai Dragon is Trident Dragion. I always think to say Trident Dragon. Nevertheless, the Legendary Collection is allegedly the cheapest. It used to be around $18. The current value is roughly around $44 for this card. And if you want to look at Ultimate Rare prices, why not? Ultimate Trident Dragon. We'll just go with let you play near mint right now to see how the Unlimited's doing. The Unlimited copies are about $86. That's around the price where I got my first edition version. The first edition version is about $105. By the way, after these 2 sell, it's about $150. Then we're starting to hit some goofy like $180. Bro, cut the bullshit with this PSA stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh plays in a PSA. That shit works in Pokemon, but if you come to Yu-Gi-Oh play with like PSA cards, they just laugh at you. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I just think PSA and Yu-Gi-Oh just don't go together. Like, you just, oh, I got a PSA Starlight Rare Appaloosa. Cool. I'm going to buy it, crack it up, and play with the card. Like, that's me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe there's Yu-Gi-Oh players out there that are like, oh, good, I got the card. $2,000. It costs more than, $3,000. Costs more than what it normally costs. I got it. And they just fucking throw it to the side and go, there it is. Maybe that's the thing. I know in Pokemon it's a thing. Here in Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh players don't care. We want to use this shit. And I can't sleeve a PSA card. Alright. Then we have Forbidden Drop, another card starting to see more play. In the OG is seeing more play. This past weekend I saw play. I saw Brandon players playing this card. And it put work in. I'm not going to lie. It really made me rethink a lot of strategies. As far as Forbidden Droplet, though, and here's the weird thing about it. Once again, the QCR is starting to rise up in value. It's about $40, okay? Not bad. The ulti droplets are going down in value. Look at them past month. Once again, you see from 85 down in value. And the ultis are 78. Once again, I'm telling you right now, if this card sees play, the ultis will rise. The Q shells might rise a little bit. The ultis are what's going to be jumping up higher in value. Ultis on pack 16. We're in, what, 2058? Like, it's goofy, bro. This is the one you want to grab. Positive about this. All right. They side Heat Wave in Tenpai Dragon. That's it. Nothing too crazy. It did come common in speed duels. $1.82. The current value is roughly around $11. If you want to grab the Star Trek Blast Rare, which I imagine is the expensive version, that version is going to run you about, what, $16, $17. It's a side deck card. Once again, I really don't know too much about this. All I know is it's a stable side deck, 3 of. Get Ruddy Rose Dragons, dirt cheap right now. I just want to tap on that real quickly. Just get one. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now, this card is used in every single Tenpai Dragon deck. Every single one, okay? With that said, this is the highest valued one. Even more importantly, in the past 3 months, it was 106. It went down to about $70. I just bought this one at Top Cut Chicago. I literally, right before the video, I bought this one. So I bought it for $70. I think it'll go higher. I think it'll hit past $100. With that said, it's a one-off, of course. But with that said, it does have a bunch of other versions. You do have the Shining Victories original print. It's about $9, $10. The Battles of Legends, that's about $7. Dual Power, like there's other versions for players to get and use. The highest rarity always is going to be the one that's going to be the most wanted and obviously have the most value. And it's Ghost Rare, which doesn't say a lot nowadays for new Ghost Rares, but it still looks really nice. So I talked about this deck core last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago. Ritual Beast is another deck that's going to catch a lot of players looking. If you don't know what this deck does, learn it, master it, so you could win against it. And even then, pretty rough. One of the cards you want to grab is Ritual Beast Ulti Guy Pelio. The Ultra Rare is about 15 to 16. The Ultis are starting to get out of control. We knew this was going to happen. The Ultis Unlimited are like 25s. The first editions are starting to hit about 38s. You need one of these. Some players are in the OCG are playing 2. Really rare. For the most part, you just need one of these. Another card you want to go ahead and grab is Spiritual Beast Rempangu. Came out Secrets of Eternity. There are 127 copies around for about 15 cents. But if you want to go ahead and grab the Astral Pack 8, there's only 9 copies available, or 9 listings available. And those prices get kind of weird. I mean, it's $10, then 15s, and then 18s, and then $20. Like, it's nutty. So this is another card you want to go ahead and grab if you want to go ahead and build Ritual Beast. Once again, I know a lot of players will start getting tired of fire decks and want to play other decks. And they want to win still. And how do you win still? You play Ritual Beast. You play Tenpai Dragon. And you definitely, absolutely play Voices Voice. I could have easily played any fire deck this past weekend. And probably did maybe better, maybe decent, I don't know. But Voices Voice was just so much fun. Doing full combo, and after full combo, you just go Brain Infusion to go ahead and lock your opponent out the game. It's fun. And if you're a fire player, you know, like we just heard, you're a fucking fire player. How about you calm the fuck down, okay, bro? Like, this meta is dominated by your people. Let me just do my thing, bro. Okay? Fuck. With that said, other cards are starting to rise in value. I'm noticing that Skull Guardian has been rising in value. I already bought my QCRs for around 110. I think it was 105, 110. It's starting to hit some, I mean, God, 160 for Skull Guardians, then 189, then 225. What the hell, dude? I need to get one more low. I bought 2, or I pulled 1, bought 1, bought 2. So the price doesn't change for a low. That's good. Saphira, I need to get 2 more. I'm just telling you what I'm doing personally. They're about 1, so they haven't changed. Okay. Okay, say Spicy Saphira, never change. 140s, that's good. Because I have one of these coming to me. I need to get 2 more of these. I need to get 1 low. And I'm good. After that, you guys can do whatever you want to do to the market. The reason why everyone's picking up Voices Voice, once again, I think, is because it's done so well this past weekend. Last weekend, it's done really well. A lot of notable Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are scared of Voices Voice. And you got people playing fire decks that are learning like 85,000 lines of combo. Where Voices Voice is like, just fucking put the lock on board. And if you play Brandon, do Brandon Fusion. And then just look at your opponent and be like, hey, fucking do whatever. Like, so you don't got to think a lot. But your board is really good, just naturally. And there's other plays you can do, and I'll probably get more to that later on when I talk about my deck profile. But Voices Voice seems to be a deck that you don't gotta think a lot, but you do a ton. And you have to just sit back. You sit back and you look at fire players that are doing like 85 lines of combo, and you just sit there and you go, negate that. Yeah. And that's it. Like, what did they do? They just go, okay, that's fair. That's 2 cards did that, 2 cards that. You played 1 card and he brought that bitch out, and yeah, that's fair. No big deal. So once again, I think Voices is a phenomenal deck. Obviously, I think a lot of you players are gonna start playing it as well. I do think fire players are gonna start metaing, if that's a word, against it. And it's not hard to meta against Voices Voice. You want to know how to beat this deck? I'll tell you. It's simple. Ready? You play talents. Fire players, you're not playing talents and you're getting fucked up. Like, just play talents and you win. This deck's the buy. You just go talents, you take a Skull Guardian after you bait in the gate, and then Voices auto loses. It's insanely easy to beat this deck. With that said, it's really fun to play this deck. And also with that said, if they bring a fusion due to Jalgan line, you're kind of like up shit's creek. Unless you contribute for something. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. I think the meta's really fun right now, even though it's not a huge diverse meta, which everyone likes. I like a meta with like 5, 6, 7 decks max 7, where we're just going at it. There's a king, and everyone's trying to whip the king's ass. That's fun to me. But if you like metas that have like 10, 20, 30 decks, that's cool too. I just like a certain amount of decks, and I just like learning, mastering these decks, and then playing in that like meta where that is. So that's the way I enjoy it. I'm probably going to have a deck profile coming up soon on this channel, and then I'm going down to Texas looking for a place. Wish me luck. Hopefully I can find a place. And if I do, I'm moving to Texas, and then I'll be able to start streaming better and more consistent once I move down. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. It's your boy V, and you have a great day.